Hello and welcome to the Endless Honeymoon podcast. It is facial reconstruction week here on the Endless Honeymoon. I recently had a chemical peel done, so if you see any flakes of skin falling from my face, that's what's going on.
You're so vain, but I do like our shared interest in skincare.
I'm vain.
It's nice to have another hobby that we like together.
I'm vain. I was in there getting my chemical peel on, and I said, oh, my wife was in here last week. She got microneedling done. What hurts more? And the woman said, is your wife Natasha? I'm vain. You're vain. We're vain. Guess what was more painful, according to this dermatologist?
Mine.
Yeah, yours. And it's like, that's crazy because men are so much more capable of enduring pain. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Men classically are tough and strong, and women classically cannot endure pain in any way.
Yeah, like, just the fact that they gave birth to all men.
See, this is the thing. Women always bring up childbirth. They always bring up childbirth.
Periods. Childbirth.
Let me ask you.
Menopause.
Let me ask you this. Oh,
yeah.
Is menopause painful?
No, but it's like an extended period. It's like your period from the time you're 13, 14, every month, every couple weeks, you have this like debilitating feeling of like despair. And a lot of times it's like actual physical pain, very, very intense stomach pain. They're called cramps. Maybe you've heard of them.
You know what?
And then by the time the cramps stop in your mid 40s, then menopause takes over, and just Google menopause side effects. It's like every single bad thing. I mean, Halle Berry said when she was having sex at 55, it felt like razor blades.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and skip that Google. I'm going to be totally honest with you. I'm not going to be giving that one a checkaroo.
Headaches.
But you know what they don't talk about? They don't talk about the pain.
Mood swings.
Nobody talks about the pain of living with a woman.
Acne.
Going through
Low sex drive.
Oh, brother, you're preaching to the choir.
More bad moods.
All of these are painful for the men, too.
Hair loss.
That's the thing that they don't talk about. Okay, you're going through menopause, right?
Moshe, what? You're going to tell everyone about menopause?
I'm going to give you guys a menopause hack. Okay, to the ladies.
Great.
To the ladies.
Shout out to all my ladies. Where all my menopausal ladies at?
To the perio?
Where my peris at?
Is that what you say, perio?
No, honey. You don't even know how to say it.
What is it? Say
peri-menopause.
Peri-menopause?
What do you think? It's perio?
Peri-menopause was a detective show in the 80s.
Perio-menopause? I think it's peri-menopause.
Honey, that riff deserved a little bit more attention.
Perio?
Peri-menopause was a detective show in the 80s.
Okay.
And then you say, are you talking about Perry Mason? And I go, yeah, that's what it was.
Well, I don't know who Perry Mason is. Sorry.
You don't know who Perry Mason is?
Even though you try to be young.
I think it's on TV again in a reboot with Kathy Bates.
That's Matlock.
Sorry. I get my old, gruffly white man. Whatever happened to that era of TV? They don't do that anymore. Where it's like a geriatric Italian. Telly Savalas, Peter Falk, fucking Matlock. Perry Mason. There used to be these
peri-menopause.
Perio-menopause.
It's not perio, honey.
There used
to
be these.
I think you're thinking of cardio.
There used to be these large seniors that were the absolute pinnacle of television fame, arguing
Columbo, Peter Falk.
Yeah, mentioned it.
Sorry.
That's okay. It's a symptom of peri-menopause, to forget what was being talked about mere seconds ago.
Wait, that's another one. Memory loss, brain fog.
I never got to the thing. The hack. You want the hack?
Sure, babe.
If you're going through peri or you're going through straight up meno, right? Mm-hmm. And you're starting to lose that sex drive, you're starting to lose a little bit of that desire. Mm-hmm. All you got to do is get a man like me. Because the thing is about me, when I was out there dating in my 20s and 30s, women were so turned on by me that it was an unbearable, unnatural amount, right? Like, I'm talking, I'd walk into a bar and women would slip off their bar stools through sheer moisture, right? Uh-huh. But now I'm with my wife, who I love, and I'm loving her aging process. Every part about living with a menopausal woman is awesome.
I still got the moisture.
Because of my sheer raw, rugged sexuality, turn you on to such a degree that it's like you're a
regular woman?
Yeah, like a regular woman. Isn't that nice? So that's a little hack for the ladies.
What is the hack?
The hack is get yourself a man like me.
I see.
You know what I mean? And then your sex drive won't be...
You don't think Halle Berry's guy? He's like a quarterback or like a basketball player.
No,
I don't
honey,
know. I don't know sports. I'm sorry, but I know he's like
I hate to break it to you, hon.
hot.
I hate to break it to you.
Hot sportsman.
I hate to break it to you.
Yeah.
But I know Halle Berry, and let me just say she's got a nickname for me.
What is it?
Mr. Razorblade. The Razor, she calls me. So no big deal. I'm not saying anything. This isn't a you heard it here first. I'm just saying me and Halle go way back. Now, Natasha, speaking of power women going through life cycles, this is Hamnet Day here at the Castro Leggero household.
Moshe loved Hamnet so much. He said it was his like
second
favorite picture.
Second favorite picture of the. It was my second favorite motion picture of this awards season. The first, of course, being Marty Supreme. Nothing gets me turned on like a Jewish dirtbag. But second only to a woman of the woods, a British woman of the woods.
Forest Witch.
Listen, I was ready to hate Hamnet. What did you think of it?
I liked it. I just couldn't quite get over that it seemed so fake. I'm like, this guy does not seem like William Shakespeare.
Oh my God, Natasha
seems like
so ridiculous. She looks at the actor. She goes, that's supposed to be William Shakespeare? William Shakespeare was ugly. I go, yeah, that's an actor playing him.
No, but not just ugly. He was like, he's never like, the guy didn't seem very literate. Like William Shakespeare is the best playwright of all time, and him and his wife never talked in any way about theater, or he never exhibited his erudition with her. He was just like,
exhibited his
what's
erudition.
Your name?
There's a scene in the film where he says, I'm not very good at conversation. But
is that true? I just think like
nothing's true. It's historical fiction.
It's Shakespeare.
No, it's
Hamnet.
Hamnet is what it is.
No, I ended up really well, the end got a little too corny for me.
Yeah, at the end, honestly, the actors were hamming it up.
They were
hamming it up.
Well,
no, they weren't. That actress was good, dude.
She was awesome, but she was at a fever pitch the entire movie.
Yeah, it was tough back in the day. Life was at a fever pitch. You try not being at a fever pitch during the bubonic plague.
No,
you think menopause is bad? Try the Black Plague.
What if you found out that it felt like that?
That menopause feels like the Black Plague?
Yeah.
What? I don't know. I can't even imagine, honey.
Well, listen, I looked up Shakespeare's wife, whose name is Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway was the name of Shakespeare's wife?
Which makes me think Anne Hathaway,
our Anne
Hathaway has a stage name, and she like, because that does seem like something she would do.
Named herself after Shakespeare's wife.
Doesn't it seem like it?
That is an odd choice as an actor to name yourself after a playwright's wife.
I heard Olivia Wilde picked Oscar Wilde, she liked Oscar Wilde, so she had her last name be Wilde.
Is that true?
I think. I don't know.
I heard Brie Larson.
I have menopause, so I can't remember anything.
I heard Brie Larson really likes cheese. Now, if we could perhaps, I think at this point, I loved Marty Supreme. Let me tell you, I love Marty Supreme.
What did you think of Hamnet? Wait, can I finish my one thought about it?
Yeah.
In the end, I thought what was cool about Hamnet, which I also thought was cool about Judy with Renee Zellweger, although that one was based in real facts. That's the thing I'm confused about with Hamnet.
Yeah, but Natasha had a very difficult time wrapping her brain around historical fiction. Well, she's like, did this really happen? I go, no. She's like, well, then how are they? I swear to God, last night she says, are they allowed to do this? I go, what do you mean allowed? Shakespeare's been dead for 600 years. You think the William Shakespeare estate is going to get litigious using the attorney of none other than Perry Mason Esquire?
Well, I'm interested in what shaped the world's greatest playwright. Was he married to a forest witch? That would be so influential in his plays.
It's fiction.
Well, what kind of woman was he married to? I'm more curious about that. That seems more interesting to me.
Isn't that the whole thing about Willie Shakes, is that we don't really know very much about the boy? We just don't know.
Is that true?
Yeah, there's a very little known about the boy. I know him and Christopher Marlowe. Is that the guy? Chaucer guy? Maybe it was Chaucer.
Chaucer's a different man.
Well, whoever it was, there was some other guy. I think it was Marlowe, who they were going back and forth. It was they were supposed to they're the two preeminent playwrights of their time, and they had a rivalry, but Willie Shakes really won. Another thing I do know is that Shakespeare, before he was with the Forest Witch, was with a
but he wasn't with a forest witch.
Before he was with the Forest Witch, this is a joke, Natasha. It's a riff I'm doing, so don't step on it with
go
historical accuracy accounts. Before he was with the Forest Witch, he was with a lithe blonde woman that started a healthy restaurant chain in the Los Angeles area.
Pam Anderson?
No, was Gwyneth Paltrow in Shakespeare in Love?
Yeah.
Yes. Damn it. Because I got a Claire Danes vibe right in the middle of my riff, and it really ruined everything.
Sound like that riff did need an interjection from me. Okay, listen, just let me finish my statement.
Yes.
It reminded me of Judy, like it's just about this little sliver of their life. And I liked the idea that it was just about the loss of his son and who his wife could have been. And, I thought that was interesting.
We here at the Endless Honeymoon podcast recommend the films Marty Supreme, Hamnet. We also saw Sentimental Value, a Norwegian film.
That was really good, and Blue Moon.
A lot of fun. We've been watching
the documentary about the old Jewish man.
The old Jewish man?
What's his name? Mel Brooks.
The old Jewish man.
He's old. What's the name of the documentary?
That's right.
I'm 99 or something.
That's right.
It's called The 99-Year-Old Man. Maybe
produced by and directed by none other than my boy and my boss, Judd Apatow. I do need to tell the listeners of this podcast that I am going off to go right on set at Judd's new movie. I'm going to be the on-set writer. I'm very excited that I have a job.
I'm very excited you're leaving for 3 months.
Natasha's happy to have me going. She's going through menopause. Nothing makes menopause better than a actual pause on a relationship. But the reality is, I will be living in Savannah, Georgia, in the Garden of Good and Evil for the next 3 months. So a lot of these episodes are going to be remote, but they will continue. But The 99-Year-Old Man on HBO is a fantastic documentary about Mel Brooks, or as Natasha calls him, the old Jewish man. And another bit of exciting news in my life, Natasha. My arc on the Pitt began last week.
Yes, I've been getting a lot of texts.
Everyone's favorite television program, The Pitt. I want to warn the viewers. This is cinema verite. This is This is what's hyper reality. Don't expect a lot of chuckles.
Very handheld camera.
Don't expect a lot of chuckles coming from one of your favorite funny people, Moshe Kasher. I'm there playing Jacob, the sign language interpreter, and I did my duty well. I did not try to ham it up, and I am in one of the great shows of television, and I am quite excited about it. So far, Natasha, Curb Your Enthusiasm, The Pitt, two of the best shows HBO has to offer, and pretty happy about that oeuvre, and I'm hoping that I end my career with a guest spot on The Cosby Show.
All right. Well, today's a special day. We've got a lot of listeners who
do have a lot of listeners, honey.
Written us letters we haven't been able to get to, but today's
the day.
Is one of those days where we're going to take your people, I don't want to say that they're cowardly. They might not want to call. They might not want to leave a message. They might not want to have their face on film.
Can I say two things about The Pitt?
Sure, honey.
I just want to say that given its hyper-reality style, I'm in there interpreting. I'm playing a sign language interpreter for a really awesome deaf actress, Jess Flores. And
she's good.
She is good, and she's awesome. And I'm in there with Dr. Santos, everybody's favorite polarizing character on The Pitt. And she walks out of the room. And in interpreting, especially medical interpreting, you cannot be in the room with the client on your own. It's a breach of ethics, and so we agreed on that, and so it was time for me to leave. And I walk outside, and the first take, they had me standing up outside of the hospital room that the deaf patient was in. Now, the nature of The Pitt is that it's all happening on one day, and it's all happening in the kind of the round of the ER pit. Mm-hmm. So therefore, because it's all one day, you do your acting stuff, and then you are basically an extra for the remainder of the time that your story is still alive on the show, because the whole season is in one day.
Living the dream.
In other words, I did my little acting thing, and then I was an extra for about 5 or 6 days. Now, I realized this as I stepped outside and they had me standing, that if I didn't say something, I was going to be standing up outside of this hospital room for 8 hours a day for the next 5 days. So I immediately called the guy who was in charge of this over, and I said, I really think that my character, if I'm an interpreter, and this is true, by the way, I wasn't cheating. I was like, he would find a seat, sit down, and start checking his phone. And the guy's like, yeah, sounds good to me. So thank God I had the foresight to do that. And rather than standing at attention for 5 days, I was able to scroll Instagram Reels while the preeminent drama of our time was being filmed all around me.
I'm really proud of you, honey.
Thank you.
I think was that Stella Adler?
I believe it was Chekhov that said, if there's an iPhone in the first act, you should be checking Instagram Reels by the third. Now, the other thing I wanted to say before we move on to the written questions is I'm looking at my skin in the Zoom record. It's looking ruddy. It's looking taut. It's looking tight. And honestly, Natasha, you look 28.
Thank you.
You look like perio hasn't even haunted your window yet.
You were shedding yesterday.
I am shedding today.
Molting. It kind of reminded me of a snake.
It ain't great. The things we do for beauty, but the truth is, it's worth it.
This is the new style now. People aren't getting Botox and filler. They're just getting really aggressive needles and lasers put into their face.
You know, I've had a thought about filler recently. We're probably over time here on this intro, but you know, I used to think that big like bee sting, like wasp sting lip. Have I said this before on this podcast? I used to think that the wasp sting lip look was just a sad result of the day after the treatment, and that you're trying to get to it calms down and you've got some plumpness. But I think the style has changed, and now it is the vert ramp is the point.
I guess. I think it looks bad. I hate when I see it in young people. Like you see their profile and their lips are just kind of like sticking out of their face in a weird way.
Well, you should not go to Russia because I believe that's the look there.
I could get into it, I guess.
Speaking of Russia, I want to rush up to these letters we have written.
All right, let's see.
Hey, Tosh.
Yeah, Moshe.
You know, as you age, but even when you're young, one of the most important things that you can do for your body is lift heavy things. Do you know that?
Yes, that's true.
But you know one of the least fun things you can do?
What's that?
Go to a business where you walk in and other people are lifting heavy things.
Ooh, yeah.
And you know what one of the ugliest things in the world is?
What's that?
One of the things you bring home to lift heavy things so that you don't have to lift heavy things at the place where people lift heavy things. Do you know what I'm saying?
Not really.
You don't want to go to a gym because you're surrounded by meatheads and you don't want a weird old 1980s free weight set that you brought home from a garage sale. That's where Tonal comes in. It's sleek. It's hip. It's like a flat screen TV with a freaking gym built into it, dude.
Yeah, I really love the idea of getting in shape and not having to go to one of those godforsaken places.
But also, it looks nice. Tonal provides the convenience of a full gym and, by the way, the guidance of a personal trainer right there on the screen anytime at home in one sleek system. I'm not kidding. This thing looks fresh.
When life gets busy, workouts are the first thing to go. With Tonal, you can make sure you're checking workout off your to-do list. You know I have one with their smart and compact strength training system right in your home 24/7.
This is the cool thing about the Tonal, by the way. Let's say you got to go pick up your kid, or you're late to work, or let's say you and your wife just got through making love and you only have 15 minutes till your next thing you need to do. You select the workout that works with the time you have. Maybe you only have 15 minutes today and an hour tomorrow.
Also, there's no more second guessing your form. Tonal gives you real-time coaching cues to dial in form and help you lift safely and effectively.
It's a gym in a TV screen. It looks awesome. It feels awesome. You'll look awesome. Right now, Tonal is offering our listeners $200 off your Tonal purchase with promo code Honeymoon.
That's Tonal.com. Use promo code Honeymoon for $200 off your purchase.
That's Tonal.com, promo code Honeymoon for $200 off. All right, this first letter comes to us from Haley. Hi, Natasha and Moshe. I've been listening to the Endless Honeymoon podcast for years now and love you very much. I love you too. Any advice you can provide on my question will be appreciated. My husband is a previous smoker. He quit cigarettes a while ago and has since been a vapor and zenthusiast. Love the phrase. Love it. Never heard it. I think you just coined it.
They're talking about Zins.
I also like the occasional cigarette, but I've never struggled with addiction like he does. A little judgmental. I was super proud of him when he quit smoking, but the habit was entirely replaced by vaping/lozenges. He's tried to quit nicotine entirely at least 10 times now, and it never goes well. He becomes a raging asshole, plus everyone at his job as well as his family members still use nicotine and smoke, so the triggers are impossible to escape. Where does he work? a detective agency in the 40s. We'd like to start trying for kids sometime in the next year, and I've made it clear to him from day one that I want clean sperm.
What? Well, you just don't want him smoking or vaping in front of the kid.
Well, I think you're about to be
sperm?
wrong. I've researched the effects of nicotine/alcohol/drug use on sperm and fertility, and I just want our baby to be the healthiest it can be. I stopped smoking my occasional cigarette years ago to support him in his quitting process. And as we get closer to starting to try for kids, I plan to stop drinking alcohol and caffeine entirely and would love for him to do the same.
If you make him stop drinking coffee while you're trying to get pregnant, that would be a mistake.
It's funny because he won't enjoy the sex. He'll be too busy nursing his headache.
Well, also, they're going to get divorced because, like, yeah, those guys do become raging assholes if they need nicotine. What do you do about that?
Those guys? It's not just guys.
I know
honey.
guys like that.
Am I being extreme? If I'm going to be birthing this baby and breastfeeding this baby, the least he could do is clean up his sperm for 3 months before we start trying. I don't think I'm asking a lot, but according to him, nicotine is harder to quit than heroin. I don't think that's according to him, Haley. I think he's probably citing something. Do you have any advice on how to be patient with an addict who is trying to quit a substance? Do you have any suggestions on how to quit nicotine? I'm at the point where I'm starting to look into hypnotism or rehab retreats, which feels silly because it doesn't impact our life outside the fact that I want clean sperm.
Wow.
Please help. Natasha, what do you think about this?
This whole clean sperm thing, this is a new thing I'm not aware of.
No, this is ridiculous.
Well, I do know for a fact weed is not good.
For sperm?
Yeah, for male, yeah.
What does it do? Make it immotile or something?
No, it makes you have less of it, and it makes your chances of getting... This is what I was told.
That's not what she's worried about.
Well...
I'm sorry, I cut you off. It makes your chance of...
It makes the chance of actually getting the baby to happen...
You mean pregnancy?
Yeah.
Yeah, but she seems like she's saying something bad will happen to the baby itself if the sperm has nicotine in it.
I just don't think this is true because everyone was smoking in the 60s and 70s.
Here's a question.
80s.
Ever heard of China? You ever heard of the country of China? Pretty high fertility rate, pretty high success rate, pretty much nailing it as a human population. Every person in China smokes. Every human being in China smokes. This feels like hysteria. I don't mean that gendered, but this feels like our current age is like not just like changing your behavior when you hear about medical dangers, but seeking out medical dangers with the hope that you'll find one to change your behavior. Don't make this guy quit Zyn so that you can get pregnant. What do you think? Your kid's going to come out like with a low IQ because of Zyn? Come on now.
I mean, Moshe is a huge Zyn enthusiast.
I am.
So it's a little hard to take advice from him. But I will say...
Actually, you know what I like even more than Zyn? Our advertiser, Lucy. Lucy Nicotine. They bring you breakers, and they're my favorite.
I just think the nice thing about the pods, the Zyn pods, is that the kids don't see them. You know, you can't be like vaping around your kid. I don't want to do that.
Listen, you might be right that there's some tangential, distant connection between, nicotine and sperm motility or something like that. But just be grateful that your husband isn't smoking cigarettes anymore. Just be grateful for that. Take the win, babe.
And he's also not doing drugs because you're like all worried about like, but honestly, for you should stop drinking coffee if you're so inclined, because I think it's obviously healthier. When you try to get pregnant, you want to make your body as calm and honestly as boring as possible. So it's like coffee is the opposite of that. So why not stop coffee? Of course, stop drinking and of course, don't take nicotine.
Can I be really real with you?
Yeah.
And I've never admitted this, but I am racist against people who stop drinking coffee. That's a population that I don't need to have anything to do with.
Maybe it hurts their stomach.
Sorry.
I mean, that is ignorant.
Buck up and bear with it. If you want me in your life, that's all I'm saying. If you're like, oh yeah, I'm just doing matcha now, I'm not. We're kind of done.
Why?
I have ethics. I have morals. I have values. The truth is, one of my best friends is a matcha only guy, and come on, man. I just don't trust it. You know what it is, really? I don't quite trust that that's what's causing their problem. I think that they're just doing this thing that people do, which is they go on archaeological digs to find something to quit, to find something that's wrong. That's not to say that this is a healthy world we live in. It's not. But every one of these health fads, I always feel the same thing. Call me when you're 150. Because everybody's like, I've done the thing that's going to give me health. And they all die at about 85 to 90. And it doesn't seem to change in any way.
All right, Haley, I'm sorry our advice is so harsh. I think you should make your body as clean as you want. But, I think you should verify this. Maybe someone else has some information. But, I do think...
To Haley's credit, she says she has done her research. Which, if a person says I've done my research, they're telling the truth. No, but seriously, we might not know what we're talking about. Maybe nicotine is bad or something.
I would not want to live with Moshe if he didn't have his pods.
That's sweet of you to say, honey. Yeah. I don't want to live with you.
I'm just saying. No. I think the pods are really good.
I mean, look, are they good? No. Being clean and having no substances in your body is the preferred way to life max, as my hero Clavicular says. But it's not always realistic. People have bad habits. People have vice. People fall into vice. And so within the framework of vice, pods are a lot better than smoking cigarettes.
All right, but someone text us if you think
text us. You got our number. Give us a text. All right, should we read another?
I feel bad with that advice, but it just seems like so intense to
I think we're keeping it real.
Tell your partner to not drink coffee while you're trying to get pregnant.
I think we're keeping it real. All right, Natasha, we have another lovely letter, and I just saw the first line, and I don't like it. It's going to incriminate me, so why don't we skip this one?
Tosh and Moshe, my boyfriend forgot Valentine's Day.
All right, well, we can move on.
I had been trying to play it cool about it. I'm not someone who needs a huge production, but about a week before Valentine's, I did say directly, why don't you plan something? He agreed. So in my mind, it was handled. Then he found out his brother was coming in from out of town and wanted to see his nephews, and that was the only day. I was fine with that. I get it, and I wanted to meet his brother too. The morning of Valentine's, we were lying in bed, and I could literally see him last minute booking a hotel nearby on his phone. At least he did that.
Yeah,
Moshe didn't even do that.
You're losing me. I did something.
What did you do?
Are you serious?
You brought me one rose that was like from a hotel that was a person handing out roses.
I told the front desk of the hotel, hey, make sure we were in a hotel, not because I did something romantic, but because we had a gig that night. And I forgot Valentine's Day, and I went to the front desk and I said, could you please have a dozen ranunculus, which are your favorite flower, put on the bed of the hotel. Not only did they not have ranunculus, but they couldn't get into the hotel room, and therefore...
I got one red, almost dead rose.
It was almost dead? Are
you
adding that for a little bit?
It had a little, it was black
funny.
on the outside, and it was the last one the guy had. And by the way, you did this at 10 p.m.
And I don't want to take away your podcast persona. Mm-hmm. But when I gave it to you, you were like, honey, that's so sweet. It's the thought that counts. And now you're doing this it was almost dead, 10 p.m. thing. It's just tell the people what's real.
It was at 10 p.m. and it was almost dead.
The morning of Valentine's.
I was very appreciative.
We ended up going, keep going with this letter here.
Okay, we ended up going to that hotel and it was pretty shitty, and I just started crying when we got in the room.
All right, see, this is the thing about Valentine's. It's this fucking fake holiday made up by a greeting card company, and now you feel bad. Not because you're alone. That's bad enough. That people that are alone feel bad on this arbitrarily chosen date. You've got a partner. He did something for your Valentine's, but he didn't do it quite right, and you're crying in your hotel room?
May I finish? It just felt like the whole thing was thrown together, and I didn't feel very considered. Now, 2 weeks later, he suggested this weekend will be a makeup session. Yesterday, I checked in, and he said, planning in progress. But then later that night, it became clear he was still deciding what to do. Not sure how I should be feeling about this. Is this just a guy who's not a planner but loves me? Or is this a preview, yes, of always having to ask for effort and then hoping it materializes? I don't need grand gestures, but sometimes would like to have him surprise me with something romantic without having to ask directly every time.
I don't need grand gestures.
Preach, sister.
I don't need grand gestures, but if you do get a hotel that is 3 stars or below, I will be weeping, racked with sobs at the foot of the bed that evening. I mean,
She wants him to be romantic.
And he is the person that she chose. I mean, this is really... I really feel like this happens so much. Your expectations cause your disappointments. You expect that the person cares in the exact same way and same frequency as you do. And so therefore, you show your love by doing these grand gestures. He doesn't give a grand gesture. You go, oh, he does maybe not love me that much. But no, he loves you different. Now, that's not to say you surrender. You can say to him, hey, it really means a lot to me when I get a little gesture. So next year, I really want you to pull it together and nail it, okay? You can say stuff like that, but if you're expecting him to be full Fabio with a fucking trail of rose petals to the room where Enya's playing and there's an air diffuser and there's a fucking cellist in there, why'd you marry this guy? You should have married a gay dude.
They're not married yet. No, I don't believe that. I've had very romantic boyfriends, Moshe.
I'm not saying every man is like this. I'm saying you know who the person...
I actually had a boyfriend who hired a fiddle player in the living room.
Who was it?
I'm not telling you.
Tell me, just whisper it in my ear. Is it the gay one?
No.
Uh-huh. Because she did it for a long time, date someone's like, he loved the theater. He loved... Oh, but then in the end, he is dating a man now.
That was when I was in college.
Now listen, I'm not saying that no men are romantic. I'm saying that you know the person you're with. You know who you're dating.
No, you can train them. This is the time to train them.
You can train your boyfriend to be a hopeless romantic.
No, but I trained you to give me good birthday presents. The first few birthdays I spent with you, you didn't give me anything. And you had this whole spiel that you said you like to give people presents when you feel like it, not on a time they're supposed to get one, which I think is stupid. And so then I told you, and then all of a sudden I had a good 3 or 4 year run with great gifts from Moshe. He gave me one year, he gave me a bunch of records from all my, like our favorite songs, like, cause I had a record player. Another year, he gave me a really cool shawl that I wore with all the astrological symbols. I wore that for like 5 years. Another year, you gave me this beautiful painting. I trained you.
Yeah, it's funny. You know, you don't put a lot of thought into the gifts you give me.
Yes, I do.
What'd you get me for my birthday this year?
A painted portrait of our dog.
I think that was Hanukkah.
No, that was for your birthday.
Okay, that was a pretty good gift.
And then for Hanukkah, I gave you, I searched far and wide for a pillow as soft as you wanted and got it and got you a black silk pillowcase so you could have your own feather pillow.
You got me a pillow.
I'm just saying.
Anyway, what I'm saying is not that you can't train a partner to use the love language that you speak. Of course you can. Of course you can. You started camping because what I love is doing things and adventure. You can definitely train, but I can't turn you into an avid backpacker.
No, that's true. But I just think she needs to make it clear if it's really important to her. And women sometimes feel like they seem lame if they care about grand gestures
right. And
or romantic gestures. And I felt like that too until I realized, wait, my birthday is important to me because I've had so many partners who got me really cool gifts. If my husband is going to be the only man I'm going to be married to now for the rest of my life, I kind of want like a really dope birthday present from him.
Yeah, and there's nothing lame about crying on the foot of a bed because the hotel isn't nice enough. I mean,
No, that wasn't why she was doing it. She was doing it because she felt like he threw it together. He just literally went on like Hotel Tonight in bed with her after he fucked her and was like, okay, I guess we'll go here.
But the thing is, what people like you don't understand, I would say these are aptitude blind people, is that the fact that someone doesn't have the aptitude you have for gestures like this shouldn't negate the fact that the person's attempting something in the first place. I mean, there is literally a cliche about it that you used, which is it's the thought that counts. Now, can you calibrate the thought a little bit more towards your desires and a little bit less towards fully slapped together? Of course. But also the idea that this person's saying, I'll do something for you. Now I recognize that you weren't satisfied. Let me try to make it up for you. I'm just saying, don't negate your own desires and your own wishes, but also cut these people a little bit of slack.
Another thing is learning about your love language. As you get older, you'll be like, oh, because like Moshe really likes to be told good job and how he likes like words of affirmation. And that's not really what I do. But I do it to him because I know he likes that. And I like gestures. What is it? Acts of service. That's what I like. Mm-hmm. So it's like kind of knowing what you like and sharing it. Maybe reading the book together, whatever it is.
There's another one called Gifts, which I think you really like as well.
Okay.
I don't give a shit about a gift, to be honest.
You say that.
I do say that, and I mean it.
Okay, then you like to have a big celebration for your birthday, though, and you always want everyone to
I don't care that much.
fly somewhere.
No,
You
I
like to
don't.
like party for your birthday.
Not really. I don't really care about birthdays, and I don't really care about gifts, and I definitely don't care about flowers, but I have come to understand that you do, and so I try, even though I don't try at a level that seems effortful to you because this is a thing that comes naturally to you. I try to get you those things and do those things for you because I know it's meaningful to you.
And I've been riding your ass for 10 years.
And that's my love language, is my woman riding my ass.
To buy me flowers when you're out, and you've started doing it. Finally, I'm happy. You went to the grocery store 2 times in a row and you brought back flowers.
Yeah.
High five, man.
I'm not giving you a high
Why?
five.
You did it.
On that stank ass description.
Why?
I've been
love
riding your ass for a decade and you finally fucking got it together,
You did.
dude. Yeah.
I'm saying there's hope.
There's hope. So yeah, I think a conversation between the two of you where you say, I think this is totally acceptable. You say, I know something like this. I know it doesn't come naturally to you to plan a big romantic thing, but I need you to know that that kind of stuff is important to me. I don't expect you to take me to Paris every Valentine's Day, but I would love it if it was a little bit more than a hotel you booked the night before. For next year, for my birthday, from going forward, please keep that in mind. I almost guarantee that your partner will not only keep it in mind, but that he will adjust, and it will not be as much as you would like him to adjust, but it will be something.
All right, what do we got next?
Hey, Tosh.
Yeah, Moshe.
You're looking good. You're looking in fabrics that look quality. They look dope. You look like a forest witch. Hamnet style.
I got some credit for Quince.
Oh, Quince is the best.
Quince makes high-quality wardrobe staples using premium fabrics like 100% European linen. You
Forest
know
witch.
I love European linen. 100% silk. Once you start wearing silk, like undershirts, it's camisoles. Like I have this silk camisole that I got from them, and I always want to wear it underneath all my sweaters. And also can't miss seasonal colors and prints for spring. Versatile, well-made pieces that make getting dressed simple.
The thing about buying new clothes often is that it's a guilty feeling because you know that the clothes industry is creating havoc in the environment. And that's why Quince works directly with safe, ethical factories that cut out the middlemen. So you're not paying for brand markup or fancy retail stores. You're getting quality clothing that is ethically sourced.
Quince clothing is consistently rated 4.5 to 5 stars by thousands of customers. Real people wearing these pieces every day and actually loving them.
So right now you can go to quince.com/honeymoon for free shipping and 365-day return.
That is a full year to wear it and love it, and you will. Now available in Canada too. Don't keep settling for clothes that don't last. Go to quince.com/honeymoon for free shipping and 365-day returns.
Quince.com/honeymoon. Hi, Moshe and Natasha. I'm Stephanie, and I'm having trouble having sex with my boyfriend. I'm about to be 23, and I can't seem to get aroused or have the desire to have sex. I'm young, so I feel like this is weird and abnormal. I masturbate and watch porn, but it's mainly just to, quote, get the job done. Sex always seems like a chore, but I feel so selfish for not giving him what he wants. What's something I can do to change this or to get in the mood? I used to think I was just too busy for sex, but I switched jobs recently, and I'm less busy now, so maybe I'm just a weirdo. Thanks, Stephanie. P.S. I was going to write this and then just watch the Ivy Woke episode, and seems like she's similar. What do you think, Natasha? A woman with wisdom for this 23-year-old sexless lady?
I mean, my advice is a little harsh. They might not be attracted to them.
You think that her sex life has gone completely flatlined because she's not turned on by that person? Mm-hmm. I wonder. I don't know. I don't know that I think you're wrong, but I feel like that can't be. Your sex life goes to zero. She didn't say that. I mean, she didn't say that. She also mentioned that when she masturbates, it's just to get the job done. She's basically saying that she's lost her sex drive, right? And to me, that's like, and listen, if you were like, I'm a person that has never had a sex drive, that would be a different conversation. I don't know what I would say. But this seems like you once did have a sex drive and now you don't. This sounds to me a little bit like something has changed, either hormonally or emotionally, which might be the same thing. Maybe this is depression. Maybe you're going through something really stressful. Maybe there's something that you haven't confronted that is the reason that this has been drained from you.
I got it.
Yes.
She needs to not watch porn.
No, hon.
Or masturbate for a month. See if that fixes it.
Okay. No masturbation, no porn for a month.
Just see.
See what happens. That's an interesting idea.
Thank you.
I'm back on board.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just for a month.
But what
4
if
weeks.
it doesn't do it?
Right back.
And you'd want to skip this one. I mean, this seems pretty obvious that this
what could it be? I don't know.
Well,
I mean, it
that's
could
what
be
therapists-
sexual trauma. I don't know
That's
enough.
what therapists are for. To me, this is like, listen, my opinion, and I say this as a Gen X millennial cusp member, because so that means I'm horny as fuck. Is that sexuality? Listen, I'm not getting into the asexual part of this because I don't understand it and I can't really comment on it. But if you are not asexual and you had a sex drive, sexuality is like baseline regular. It's like being hungry. To me, it's like being hungry. It's like being getting exercise. It's like, needing fresh air. It's like you can't just go, oh, this gigantic slice of the human being pie is gone. Oh, well, I'm done. It doesn't mean you're a weirdo. It doesn't mean that you're fucked up or bad or need to change. It means that you should confront it and find out why it's happening to you.
And also look at the kind of porn you're watching, and maybe that's something you can incorporate into your sex life.
Yeah, but the problem is she's not even getting to the point where she would incorporate the kinky
But
things.
she's horny
she likes.
enough to look at porn.
It is possible that you have some kink, but again, if she didn't write in and say, "I can't have sex with my boyfriend. All I ever want to do is watch, cake fart porn or a giantess smashing," but that would be different. Like, okay, it seems like you've got a kink and you're not getting that satisfied. This is like everything seems to be shutting down. Now, if there was another part of her personality that she wrote in about and said the same thing about, hey, I used to love food and now I just eat just to survive and not die. Everything feels bland and tasteless. What's going on with me? It'd be like, you need therapy or a doctor. So I think that's the answer here, is getting interested in what's going on with you, not getting judgmental about yourself, but about getting interested in why this has changed.
All right, I like that.
I like it too. Actually, I do have a bit more advice for Stephanie.
Yes.
One final thing. Can you guess what it is?
What?
You need to get you a man like me. You know what I'm saying?
My God.
I'm not saying me, I'm taken, but just get a man like me that engenders raw, oozing sexuality. I guarantee if you were with me, young Steph, you wouldn't be feeling this way. Now, I wouldn't be with you. You're 23. That's too young for me. But if I was 26, 22, and we were dating, you wouldn't be having this issue. That's all I'm saying. And I say that from a place of ultimate humility. Tosh, how about one more?
That's the right one.
How about one more little letter before we go home?
All right. Let's do one more letter. Hi, guys. My name is Brad, and I'm from Seattle. Love your show. You guys inspire me to be a better boyfriend and person.
Love it.
Yes. Got a problem. So my 4-year live-in girlfriend is gaining some weight recently. She's addressed it, like hopping off the scale and then saying, I really need to watch my eating. The other day we were at the supermarket and she grabs a bag of pork rinds.
No, it says pork grinds.
They're called pork rinds. And I said, oh, come on, baby. You don't want to gain more weight. What? Why would you say that? And she got really mad and said I called her fat. Needless to say, it has become a big issue. I still think she's beautiful. How do I turn this around? Thanks, Brad.
Wow.
Pork rinds?
First of all, pork grinds.
And then also to say...
That's all I needed to know that you were the problem, is that you call them pork grinds.
It's so obvious to say, oh, come on, baby, we're trying to eat healthy. Remember, we're trying to eat healthy?
Oh,
that's just
come on, baby, you don't want to gain more weight? What the fuck?
Like, you can't talk to your girlfriend like that.
What? How? Come on, Brad.
Even though she said it, it's like the
we
angel...
inspire you to be a better boyfriend, and that's the line you came up with? Oh, come on, baby, you don't need to gain more weight?
I mean, it's just so off. It's like, it's the same thing. It's like if Moshe's complaining about, let's say, his mom, which he doesn't because he loves her, and then I complain about her, it's different. I'm like, well, he was already complaining about her. Yeah, but it's his mom. He can do that. Same thing with weight gain. It's her body. She can say what she wants, but you don't need to echo what she's saying. Just try to support with healthy choices. oh, come on, baby, you don't want to gain more weight.
Could very easily be, oh, come on, baby, let's not do the pork grinds. Let's get something healthy, right? I mean, it's that simple. What the fuck, dude? This is not difficult.
But I gotta say, pork rinds are disgusting.
I used to love pork grinds. I loved them. I'm not fucking with pork.
I don't even think I've eaten one.
Oh, they are good
What
as
is it?
heck. They're pretty disgusting.
Are they like Funyuns?
They're like deep fried pork fat.
Ugh.
But they
it's like
are good.
Cracklin? Is that what it is? Like
Cracklins.
Cracklins?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, someone took me out for those once in New York. It was disgusting.
All right, Brad, I'm going to step in here as the senior man in charge. Never again in your fucking life comment on a woman who, I was going to say you're dating. Let's just extend the aperture. Comment on a woman's weight ever, period, end. Right? That doesn't mean that you can't say, let's join a gym. You want to work out? Would you like to exercise with me? Let's buy some healthy food. That doesn't mean that. But just take it out of your mind that it's ever your business to comment on a woman's weight or body. Just cancel that.
But you can say to her, listen, I hear you talk about, I think, you tell me, Moshe, I've heard you talk about your weight and I want to be supportive. So, just for you to be healthy and feel healthy, let's work out together. Let's start hiking. Let's get a dog and go on. I don't know, like whatever the couple's thing is.
I would even make
it a part of your lifestyle.
I love what you're saying. I would even take out the part about weight. Just like, hey, I've heard you tell me that you've got some concerns about staying healthy. So let's do this. It's just take the weight thing out. Never let it pass your lips again. It's over.
And tell her, say, listen, I'm an idiot. I'm so sorry I said that.
Reminded me, you're lucky. You might have fucked things up so bad that your relationship's over, but you are lucky that she said something about her own eating habits. It gives you an on-ramp to an apology. Mm-hmm. You go, I fucked up so bad. I never should have said that. That was super disrespectful of me to ever comment on your weight or your body. I guess I thought you had said I really need to watch my eating and I was being supportive, and now I realize that that's the least supportive thing in the world. I'll never do it again. But it's giving you an on-ramp to get some forgiveness, maybe.
You can even write her a text that is exactly what Moshe just said.
Yeah, so I think
apologizing.
It's just always, honestly, so much of life comes down to...
Don't tell her to join a gym with you in the apology.
So that's true. But so much of life comes down to, I think, as I'm getting older, comes down to focusing on the positive rather than the negative. You can say the same thing it's that thing I was telling you about the other day. There used to be this guy in AA in San Francisco called Lord. I don't know where he's at. He was a real character. Face covered in skeleton tattoo. He was a wild looking dude. Anyway, he used to say this thing I thought was really profound and a metaphor for life in general. He said, there came a point in my time of sobriety where I stopped backing away from a bottle and I turned around and started walking toward God. Now, your mileage with God may vary, but I think the idea in there is backing away from
the pork rinds.
Backing away from pork grinds is a lot less powerful than walking towards something positive. Backing away from something negative is a lot less powerful of a life choice than walking towards something positive. And so with all of these things, all the time, like the advice to me, I always go, don't say, hey, come on, babe, you don't need to gain more weight. That's negative. But hey, maybe let's not get that. Let's get something healthy. Now we're walking towards something good.
All right, Moshe, got all that wisdom. I'll always remember that red rose you gave me at 10:30 p.m. at the hotel in the OC from, was it a gypsy woman who came in?
Okay, so now you're going to use a racist slur for the Roma people.
Or she wasn't Roma. Mm-hmm. She was more like a beach gypsy.
Oh, okay. So
it was a white lady.
Yeah, we don't do that anymore. Okay. And this is the thing. I'm not great at getting gifts and remembering to get gifts in a thoughtful way. But what I am really good at is not using racial microaggressions and slurs. So we each have our skills.
Rose for your lady. Rose for your lady. Rose, you know, like those people who interrupt your conversation when you're like in a restaurant and they're like, rose for the lady. That's what you got me.
Rose for you, listeners, because this has been a great episode. From the next little bit, we may be in separate locations, but our hearts will always be together in Orange County, California.
And our sound will be really great.
I think that could be true.
Yeah.
Tosh, I love you.
Love you too.